You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold fans, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and after watching the latest episodes of the CBS soap opera, I am very concerned that a leading man is about to take a huge fall from grace. And no, I'm not talking about Thomas Forrester. I suspect that what the writers are doing is less about Thomas and more about taking someone else down a few pegs. But first, it looks like they puffed him up so he'll fall from a greater height. Is Finn about to go down? Let's unpack the evidence and discuss, but please click subscribe first if you already haven't. So, on the Monday, January 22nd episode of B&B, there was this whole Finn love fest. But why? I mean, it seemed kind of over the top to me and largely unnecessary. This episode did almost nothing to move any storylines forward. It moved one storyline a half an inch forward, the Bill and Poppy thing. Other than that, it was just this whole thing, especially when we had Thomas talking to Steffy about Finn. I mean, yeah, Thomas has changed. He's much better now, but he was sure being flattering about a man who keeps accusing him of murder. Yet Thomas had pretty much, 95% praise for Finn, crediting him with saving Eric Forrester's life. That's very nice, but it was very saccharine. It was almost unbelievably flattering and has me questioning, why did they write all these scenes like this Thomas Steffy one, like the Steffy Finn one, that just kind of seems out of step with current storylines for these characters, especially for Thomas with Finn targeting him. The episode began, though, with Lee Finnegan heaping praise on her son for saving Eric. So the love fest started just at the top, right? That was nice. That was typical Lee behavior. She's proud of her son as long as he's not hugging Sheila Carter or mucking up his marriage. Although I think he's about to start mucking up his marriage again. They did bicker over her sugar daddy loving sister Poppy, and then she went. That really moved no storylines forward. Then Steffy showed up at her husband's office after talking to Thomas, and she came to stroke his ego and make out with him. Steffy told Finn not only did he save Eric, but he saved her too from the moment they met. And then we got this whole avalanche of flashbacks back to when Steffy had her bike accident. Finn was her trauma doctor in the ER, and then to him taking care of her after that. It was all very sweet. It was very romantic, especially if you're a big Sin shipper. I'm not saying all that wasn't sweet, but they kind of overloaded us with all of these look backs at how happy and passionate, their marriage is, how wonderful Finn is. I mean, he did come back from death for her, and they had that passionate reunion in, where was it, Monaco? Monaco, I think. Can't remember. At any rate, almost the entire episode was this love fest devoted to Finn that moved nothing forward. The only other real action was Bill not getting any action because RJ and Luna showed up at the beach house and the stallion had to put a zipper on it and leave with his gold digging date, So here's the thing I want to talk about. What was the point? It wasn't his anniversary as Finn. Tanner Novlan started in July 2020, I think. So he's coming up on his 4th anniversary, but it's not his anniversary. Why this whole episode stroking him? Given that Finn just promised Steffy he would drop this Xander thing and the Thomas murder talk, I suspect we got this big Finn's so fabulous episode because something else is about to happen. Finn agreed to drop the whole thing about Xander. Steffy's thrilled with him, has only good things to say. Thomas is feeling good about Finn. He mentioned they had their differences, but, since Finn's going to drop it, Thomas is putting this all behind him. And Bull doesn't let happily ever after last very long. So I suspect we just got a reminder of how awesome Finn is just before the writers do something real bad with him. Now, I don't think Finn's going to go run somebody down with his car, slip between somebody else's sheets, actually let Kelly drown this time. None of that. I do think, though, that Finn is about to anger and alienate his wife. We're just 5 episodes away from February sweeps, and I expect we're going to see the whole Xander thing, the whole Liam, Emma, Beth thing all explode during sweeps. Once Xander sees Finn has let it go, I think he might come back to stir the pot, tell Finn he's been lied to. And then I suspect Finn's going to decide to take Xander's word over Steffy's because, her judgment's skewed because it's her brother. Make his big move to protect Hope Logan, especially because, this week we had Hope making that big decision that could be to put Thomas's ring on her finger. By the way, as I'm taping this, I've not seen those scenes yet. Those air on Tuesday, and I'm taping before Tuesday's episode. So don't yell at me for not knowing what happened yet. I feel like Hope's going to stay with Thomas. We'll see. Either way, if Hope did say yes to Thomas, that would galvanize Finn to take action if he hears that she plans to marry someone that Finn has decided with no proof is a murderer. Alternately, if Hope decided to dump Thomas, I don't feel that though, but we'll see. I feel like Thomas might want to come have a discussion with Dr. Finn about his accusations, but my gut says Hope's going to stand by her man. That won't sit well with Xander, with Finn, with Liam. But Finn, can't really make himself Hope's chief protector without ticking off his wife. Remember, Lee Finnegan already warned her son. She told Finn, you don't need to appoint yourself to protect Hope. That's not okay. You do not put yourself between Steffy and Hope, who have a very complicated and long history that you don't know enough about to wade into. And let's be real, Finn does know some of that complicated history. He knows Liam has waffled back and forth, cheated on them both with the other. Finn also knows Liam slimed his way into Steffy's bed, and that's why they needed a paternity test for baby Hayes. I mean, if Finn should dislike anyone and be keeping an eye on someone, shouldn't it be Liam rather than Thomas? Liam is openly trying to steal Finn's wife, took that video of him with Sheila to try and break them up. And he's made no bones about the fact he thinks Steffy needs protecting from Finn. It's almost ironic that Finn's about to try and pull a move with Hope and Thomas like Liam was trying to pull on Steffy and Finn. It just depends on whose eyes and the beholder of who you think needs protecting, right? So Liam might be able to work his way in if Finn steps out of line, breaks his word to Steffy, and starts harping on Thomas again. So for that and many reasons, I think this whole episode devoted to nothing more than giving Dollar Bill some blue testicles and lifting Finn up onto this lofty pedestal is so that he can come crashing down. Steffy's going to lose it if Finn starts up with his accusations again. And let's be real, there's no new evidence. Whether you think he did it or not, there's no new evidence. Case is closed, statute of limitations expired, everything is known. It's all been known for years. The police aren't going to reopen this. The only thing Finn is opening is a can of worms that could infect his marriage. I mean, sure, the writers could have decided this episode was just a big thank you to Finn, a ticker tape parade episode to cheer the doctor that saved Eric Forrester. Sure, but I don't think so. Watch for a fall for Finn. We'll see if I'm right or not. Hey, drop your comments, what you think about all this. Please click subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely come back soon. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I'm here talking B&B with you guys 7 days a week. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.